Well, there's the tree tops, or the trees that I took off. The tops are laying down here. I'll have to clean that up. But yeah, those trees were a bit smaller when I planted the orchard some 8 years ago, and they were starting to bush out and really shade the orchard, so they had to go. But they've helped a lot. These the trunks left behind will serve as fence posts for a good 10 years or so, even after they completely die. They will send up sprouts from the bottoms and stuff and keep the roots alive for a few more years, but eventually they'll die. They just can't maintain, the root system can't be maintained by what little foliage the tree puts out. We're going to just take a walk around here and look at the grafts and keep my fingers crossed. Let's see what we find. Over here in the east side, well, it looks like it's coming along good. So I put 2 grafts. I put Lodi on this tree. Last year, the grafts, here they are. They're growing off well. These were, let's see, early apple. Oh, this is the Northwoods early. A seedling, kind of a backwards way to do it, right? Grafting a seedling onto a known variety instead of the reverse. But they're growing away fine. They're an early apple. I didn't take any scions off that tree last year to put back on the same tree in different spots. So I decided I had some Lodi, a green apple, early apple, and all the scions look like they're taking. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing as I did in Orchard B. I'm going to remove the secondary buds here that aren't needed. I'll let both of those grow away for a while, and then probably just pick one of them eventually. Again here, they'll take care of the lower bud, get rid of that, and let those grow out. Over here, I'm going to remove that one. And the terminal bud, looks like there's 2 terminal buds. I'll leave them both just in case, for a little while longer at least. And this one over here, branching out. Now this lower one might actually be coming from the original tree. I can't tell, so I'm going to take that out. There we go. And leave that terminal bud. It's still pushing through. Yeah. It's still pushing through the wax, the paraffin wax tape. That's why I leave it with a little squished. Okay, so that tree is doing fine. I'm going to remove a little bit more of this new growth from this limb because I want the scion to get the nutrients from the tree, not all this other growth. Although the tree can support a lot more growth than there's on there because the tree was once bigger. Okay, let's look at the Liberty tree. We did have some blossoms on here this year, and I see some fruit set. That's good. Looks like the king bloom is largest. Normally that's the case for an apple tree. The king bloom apple will be, well, it's a head, so it should be a little bigger. Yeah, I'm getting some set here. I'll probably thin these down to the 2 best on each cluster. Sometimes these little ones are dying back anyway. I'm getting a little bit on here. I found if you thin back to the largest 2 on a cluster, that usually gives you the best size apple. If you leave 3 on a cluster, then the 3 are smaller than what the apple could be produced at, the size it could be produced at. So I have a few up here. Again, as I said over in Orchard B, we had some rainy weather all during bloom week, so the bees were sort of kept under cover. I don't know what caused the leaf curling here. I know it wasn't frost. Let's look at the Dayton tree. Yeah, one of my favorite apples, the Dayton. You got to try it if you got room in your garden, your orchard. You got to try Dayton. Notice the blooms that didn't make it. But the ones that did they will grow fast. Dayton's are a large apple. I'll put a picture in this video of a couple Dayton's. You've probably seen them before if you've followed my blogs. Looks like we have at least 2 in a cluster taking. And leaves look in good shape. I don't see any insect damage to speak of, and they're growing away fine. See this cluster right here? We have 1 good apple, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 blossoms that did not get pollinated, and a cluster below it. So, and this is a fruit that's dying off. It, for one reason or another, probably wasn't well pollinized, maybe slightly pollinized, but the stem will turn yellow, then it'll die and fall off. At least I have, boy, these will be maximum size this year, looks like, because I have at least a king bloom. The king bloom came out, they were pollinized, then we had wet weather. So not a real heavy fruit set this year, but I won't have to thin the tree. Over here is the fortune. Last year it blossomed profusely, had a few fruit. Its first year, and this year I'm not expecting anything from this tree, any fruit this year. It tends to be a biennial bearer. This is the Macoun. I had some fruit set up top. Yeah, you only zoom in up there. This tree was grafted over last year. You see the new scion. It's, how big is that? It's about a 1/2 inch wide. It was up to here, and its terminal leader took off and grew. I'm estimating a good 5, maybe 4.5 feet, 4.5 feet up, and it's branching out already this year. And from the lower limbs here, I'll have to look at my previous videos. I forget what I put on here. I was putting Jonagolds on, so. But this year, again, we have both scions on the south side here are taking. Terminal buds are doing fine. Lower buds a little bit behind. Over on the east branch, same thing. I have 3 buds taking. I'm going to take that one off. Coming around to this side. I have this one taking also. So it's doing good. And on the west side, again, both scions survived. I get good success rate using rind graft, where I take the scion and put it just behind the bark graft. I get good take on that. Maybe some materials I use too. Using grafting wax on the end. Well, you can see my previous videos. And in about a month, I'll take this black tape. I'll cut that off. So that looks good. Oh, here's the last one up on the north side. Again, I had 100% on these scions. Terminal bud looks like it's just starting to push through. I see some green under the tape. This one's got a head start on it and outward facing limbs. This one looks like it's pushing too. So these scions are all alive and thriving. Good year. I'm doing something right.